My name is Margaret.
You don't need to know my name, just my story. The story of countless plain old American girls hoping for freedom.
My story is of a wish, a dream, a hope, and later a reality. I fight for birth control, for an end to suffering. Suffering, you inquire? But isn't a woman's delight found in her children, her domestic bliss? Is it bliss to be mortally afraid of bringing another child into this world, knowing your body cannot endure it again? Is it bliss to bring a child into a world of poverty and hunger, afraid that your husband will leave you both penniless or beat it in a drunken rage?
Flappers and dancing are all the rage, but it's more than little fling. It's about control. We've followed for years, gosh, decades, the rules that society has imposed. And now we are finally deciding our own rules of what's acceptable.
It is not acceptable that contraception be denied to those in need. And I will see that those in need shall have my help.
Watch.
Listen.
See how we change the world.
What in God's name are you doing? Look at your dress. Put this on.
Boys don't want to dance with girls who wear. Mother, please, don't get into a lather.
This craze has gone too far. You've been out with these wild young men wearing this ridiculous clothing, and now this, dancing like that, showing your bare knees, parading about your indecency.
Dancing isn't a crime, Mother. Heck, freedom, the way we dance, the way we dress, it's the best part of the time we live in. It's different. It's change. And I know that it scares you, but
frightens me? This modern woman you attempt to emulate is flippant and arrogant.
Mother, remember that we are the parents of the future. Make your lives such an inspiration to us that we, in our turn, will strive to become an inspiration to our children. Is it too much to ask?
Good Housekeeping magazine says it is an absolute fact that life, knowledge, and education do not enhance a woman's charm. You are too young to know what you do. I care about you, and I will not raise a daughter without morals. So you will end this nonsense.
No. I've had an earful, Mother. What my mother, the church, the anti-dance lobbies, the various organizations like the Ku Klux Klan, what the typical sexist person doesn't know is that change is happening. It's for the good. They can't stop it. We've come so far already. What with the war, plenty of gals in the workplace, even the 19th Amendment. We've tasted independence. I'm going to meet the legendary Margaret Sanger, a fighter for birth control and a real bear cat.
Hello there, young lady. Welcome to my clinic. What can I do for you?
Golly, it's really you. I can't believe I'm meeting the real Margaret Sanger. I've heard talk. I know that sometimes girls will do anything to get rid of an abortion. Some take drugs, or even use hairpins, scissors, knitting needles, $5 pack alley abortions. Oh, it's horrid. It's just dreadful.
Yes, one of the problems is that most lower-class women don't even know about contraception. These drastic, lethal measures are a consequence of ignorance, a failure of society. Indeed, few physicians even believe that information about contraception is the right of a woman.
Oh, it's absurd! But I know what you've done. You've written books and newspaper columns, all so that women know about birth control, sexually transmitted diseases, and everything that society doesn't consider proper.
That has always been my goal. But there have always been those who wish to oppose this cause. My first clinic in Brooklyn was viciously raided just 10 days after my sister and I opened it. Police harassed patients and confiscated the 460 case records. What gall!
Gosh, I heard all about it. The whole country did. And not to mention that all the church has done to stop you.
At times, I have been discouraged by the crude tactics used to combat the birth control movement. But at such moments, invariably comes back into my mind the vision of the enslaved and supplicant mothers of America. In my struggle for widespread, accessible contraceptive methods, I of course tried to make the diaphragm available. My clinic's got over 500 bootleg diaphragms a week from my husband's factory, an indispensable help.
And you've had so many more successes too. You've raised public awareness about birth control throughout the world. You're just such an inspiration to all girls my age, especially since you've successfully confronted those wretched Comstock laws that define the prevention of conception as obscene, lewd, filthy, and indecent.
I hope that one day the Comstock laws will be completely overturned.
But until then, I have a cousin. She's overrun with babies. She says she wants to use the diaphragm or the condom, but she's so afraid her husband will have the same reaction as so many other men who believe that, well,
Yes, some believe that condoms produce the pleasure, or despise the entire idea of birth control. So, while the diaphragm is excellent, as it depends entirely upon the woman, we need something that is virtually undetectable. As yet, it's a failure. Despite all my other successes, this is the one that still evades me. But we will get there. We can transform the world.
Margaret Sanger ignited the flame for one of the most revolutionary movements in American history. She financed research for the first contraceptive pill, an undetectable alternative totally reliant on women, released in 1960. She also founded the Birth Control League. Her work has successfully laid the groundwork for Supreme Court cases legalizing contraceptives and abortion, rights integral to women.
One consequence of these great advances was the increased equality between men and women. The sexual revolution shattered archaic ideas of womanhood, transferring the norm to the iconic flapper.
Though many women remained adamantly against flappers, now women could flirt, could kiss, and were more sexually free. They could even support themselves on their own wages without relying on a husband.
Many argue that these freedoms destroyed morals. The idea of premarital sex was shocking to those of the Victorian era. Prostitution levels went down, but one failure was that sexually transmitted diseases skyrocketed.
Controversy remains over whether the sexual revolution was a success or a failure. But for now, we can just enjoy our freedom. Think of the increased liberty, of the wondrous possibilities now open to us women.
In the words of Susan B. Anthony, it was we the whole people. Not we the white male citizens, nor yet we the male citizens, but we the whole people who formed the Union.